So this is going over percentage change and to calculate repeat percentage change. Now this is a non-calculator method, so hopefully everything can be done without a calculator. That's the intention. So I'm jumping straight into an example here with some steps. Now I've got here a £100 jacket increases by 10%. A few days later, it increases by another 10%. Find the new amount. Now, what is key about this is it's increased by 10% and then it's increased again by 10%. It's not just adding 20%. It is different to adding 20% because you hopefully you know, or you know now. So 20% of 100 is 20. 20 add 100 is 120. Okay. That is not what we're doing. So we're going to put a cross through that so you know that is not what we're doing. So we're not increasing it by this. So I'll go through the steps. It's fairly systematic if you go through it bit by bit. So first thing, find the percentage of the original amount. Now in our question we've got increases by 10%. So we're going to find 10% of 100 just to start off with. So 10% of 100 equals 10. So we know that, that's quite nice. And then add or subtract this to the amount. Now this depends if it's an increase or decrease. Because we've got an increase, we're going to add it on. So 10, add 100, we've got 110, okay? So we've done that. So next part, it says, find the percentage of the new amount. So we have a new amount there, 110, and we're going to work with the second percentage we see, which is 10%. So it says here 10%, so we're going to find 10%, 10% of 110. Now, if you do that, you should get 11. And then final step, add this to the new amount. So we've got 11. I'm going to add this to the 110. So 110 add 11 gives you 121. Sorry, so 121. Now you can see when I said adding 20% is different because that gave us 120 and this answer is 121. So that's a final answer there. So it's adding it one bit at a time. So if we look at second example down here, okay, a car costs £3,000. In 3 months, it will depreciate. Now to help you out, depreciate means go down by 5%. Then in 3 more months, it depreciates a further 10%. Find the price after 6 months. Now, so you know, well, this is not the same, like I said above, is not the same as finding 15% of the original and taking it away. So what we're going to start with, find the percentage of the original amount. So first step, so if we read this question again, £3,000 depreciates by 5% first thing. So we're going to find that percentage of the original amount. So 5% of 3,000. Now, you should hopefully know how to find percentages now. So I'm just going to jump ahead to find this, which is 150. Now I'm subtracting that. So 3,000 minus 150, which gives me 2,850. So that's the first amount I'm working with there. So now next step, find the percentage of the new amount. So if we read our question there, it depreciates a further 10%. So it's 10% the percentage we need of this here, 2,850. So I'm finding 10% of 2,850. So if you do that, you should get 285. And as we got, it's going down, we have to subtract this. So 2,850 minus 285, and that should give you, or does give you an answer of 2,565. So that's the final answer. All right, I've got 2 below as well, so same thing. Pause the video, give them a go, and then I will go through these answers for you. All right, so let's have a look at the first one here. There are 32 people that shop on Monday. On Tuesday, it increases by 25%. On Wednesday, it increases by further 10%. How many people went on Wednesday? So that means we are working. We've got 25% here. And our original amount's 32. And we've seen here the first increase is 25. So 25% of 32, calculate that, should give you 8. And because we've got an increase, it's going to be 8 plus 32, which is 40. And now, next part, we're taking this amount that we've got here. It says here on Wednesday, it increases 10%. So we're going to do 10% of 40, which equals 4. And as it says increase, we're adding this 4 to the 40. So it will be 44. I'll just do my work in there. Vital. 4 add 40. 40 add 4 is 44. All right. Second example, a game costs £50. 1 month the price goes up by 10% or goes up 10%. The next month it then drops by 5%. How much does it now cost? So we've got our £50 game. First thing we have is a 10% increase happening. So we've got to find 10% of 50. So 10% of 50 equals 5. So like it says, it goes up, which means increase. 5 add 50 equals 55. Okay. It says here, the next month, it then drops by 5%. So we've got to find 5% of this 55. So 5% of, let me move down a little so you can see better, of 55 equals 2.75. So we've got to take, as it says it's a decrease, it's dropping. We've got to now do 55, subtract this 2.75, 2.75, and the new price of the game is £52.25.